Lovely to see so many of the same faces again. Oh, it makes my heart feel so happy. Gail, I love your smile right now. And Janice, Dennis, Bridget, John, Elise. Wow, look at all Gabriella and Chantel, Cheryl, Karina, Stephanie. Lovely to see you all back again. It feels like family, Rodney. Yeah, I'm really starting to so appreciate them seeing your faces here. It's really been so lovely. Stephen. Yeah. Claire, if you would help as people come in, I think you'll see there's like somebody waiting and you can just click admit.
Sure.
Go. Thank you. All right, so day 7, we're here like right at the end of our 7-day journey, but really just the beginning of our connection in the connection field. And we've been learning every day that the connection field is a social network. It's a play space where we can come together and scroll and learn and explore, but with a very clear focus of cultivating coherence. And it's an evolutionary learning community. I've always been attracted to communities of practice, communities of shared purpose or missions. And that's what this is. And we need to learn together what it means to be an island of coherence and how do we ride through a shift of from fear to love? How do we have a graceful transition into a new state of consciousness? And you learned yesterday that it's a coherence collaboratory, and we haven't even started to go into that. But as we start to connect deeper in with our purpose, and as we begin to trust that evolutionary impulse inside of ourselves, we start to find a deeper relationship to our purpose. And we start to find partners and teammates. And we have to learn how to collaborate in a radically new way. And so we're doing that with the connection field. In year 1, it was collaborating with organizations, and in year 2, it's collaborating with the community. And so I hope through this 7 days that you're starting to feel like the connection field is a safe harbor, and that it's a resonant community, a heart-centered community that you can feel comfortable being real with, the good, the bad, the hard, the easy, and that it's an environment that calls forth your best. That's what we're really hoping that you're feeling as you start to enter. And in 2025, our goal, awaken our hearts, transform our lives, inspire the world. Let's do that for ourselves and each other. And we've had these 7 days of rest. The first day, the breath of love, the 5 breaths of love, where we can extend that energy outward, accepting what is so that we can begin to choose from a place of presence, that we can begin to turn our attention inward into the frequency of what we're becoming instead of trying to relate to something that's falling away. And yesterday in self-inquiry. Today we have Claire Shafe from HeartMath Institute and one of our core partners in the connection fields. And our musical guest today is Gary Malkin. Some of you may know him from past Global Coherence Pulses and 7 days of rest, but he's going to be joining us today on our last day and bringing his powerful music. So welcome again, everybody, and back to gallery view so I can see you. I hope that these 7 days have been nourishing for you and maybe kind of like opening up some new ideas or some energy that wants you to kind of step up and say, I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to actually like step up and be the best I can be as my contribution to my environment, to the people around me, to this beautiful planet that we have, that somehow we're inspired to like, let's go for it. Let's go for it. So to start us off again, I'm bringing in our musical guest, Gary Malkin. Gary is a longtime friend and beloved partner in this journey of creating vibrational spaces and experiences where we do feel our unity with each other, where we feel the potential of what's possible. And he does that through his music. He does that through his composing. And we've worked on lots of projects together. And this is the first time we've been back in touch for a while. So Gary, I'm really excited that people get to experience you today. And I'm going to spotlight your video. And
Well,
yeah, you're in for a treat.
yeah, I don't have a video here now. It's an audio only, so be prepared for
Okay.
a picture. But hi, everybody. This is a homecoming for me. I was heading to Asheville, North Carolina to live there after being in the Bay Area for 52 years. And I ended up in Asheville 2 days before the hurricane decided to switch from Florida to be the eye of the storm over Asheville. I arrived 2 days before then, and it spit me out to Western Massachusetts, where I am living there now. So I just been very hither and yon, and now I'm landed here, and I'm so happy to be with this community. This is a very near and dear world to me. So I wanted to begin without very much words, but just to say that my passion for the last 25 years has been how do we listen to words, wisdom, presence in a different way when it's accompanied in an intentional way to music. And I'm big on the ending of the monopoly of the linear rational mind and the awakening of the balancing of the multiple intelligences of our heart, our soul, our body, our minds, within partnership as equal jewels in the crown of the human intelligence. So I'm excited to share with you a world premiere of a transformance. And for those of you who don't know what that is, I will put a link in the system that allows you to actually have your very own 3-minute transformance that you can utilize to establish coherence for Zoom gatherings. It's kind of imagine it like it's a listening fire, reclaiming our primordial connection to the unified field through the collective prayer of listening, right? So this is my beloved friend and partner and co-creator of educational content. Her name is Hope Fitzgerald. So just before we do, just feel your feet on the ground, your back straight, and let's all proclaim that we are imagining together we're around a listening fire. Like, imagine the crickets in the background. It's night, and we're all converged in radical deep listening to the field. And this spoken word and music invitation, it's called literally an invitation, can drop us in together to a higher degree of engagement, receptiveness, ability to really receive what's happening on every level of our beings. So this is audio only. So I really do invite you to close your eyes and listen to this, although I think Teresa's going to create something beautiful to look at as a static image. But I really want this to be an imaginal internal experience. Put yourself around the fire, and here we go. Deep breath in. Let's listen together.
What needs to be said right now? What needs to be revealed? What is your deepest soul's yearning? What cries out for understanding? This is a moment, an invitation to allow these questions to be answered. Open to the possibility that someone is listening. That someone cares. And that you are loved.
So let there be silence for a few moments as you integrate the transition from the music and the audio into the unified present moment. And slowly open your eyes. Feel yourself fully established in body, mind, heart, and soul around the listening fire, so beautifully laid out in the Global Coherence Pulse community. Thank you for the privilege of sharing with such an august, delicious, high frequency group of people. Namaste. Namaste.
Yeah, we've definitely been building some love field over these last 7 days. Gary, you remember what it was like. Gary and I hosted 7 days of rest and resonance together a couple of years ago. And we felt it every day as we stepped in, and we surprised ourselves, and it challenged us as this has this week.
And and Teresa, I have that memory as an honest before and after moment for me, where I suddenly realized that my predisposition to fill the Zoom room with endless words, and suddenly I went, wait a minute, we can listen together as collective prayer. And the revelation happened because of you and Julie and Dot raising the frequency of what that listening really meant, which is radical coherence aligned with us that got transmuted everywhere. It was a beautiful, life-changing experience. I'll never feel the same again since that experience, co-piloting with you. So I can't wait till we do it again one day.
Thanks.
Here we are doing it right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's happening right now. All right.
Love you guys.
Yeah. So today we have the global field that we're exploring, and we're going to watch a beautiful little video to set the tone for this. But I wanted to bring you on first, Claire, for us to just do this one part together. HeartMath is one of our core partners in the connection field. And for me, a very important partner for us to have, because there's these wonderful ideas about how love has the power to heal or transform the world and all of those things that I think we've been really basing our hope on for a long time. But what HeartMath has done for me and for many, many others, and for even the word coherence to be something that we keep saying over and over again, we really have to give some just, wonderful praise to HeartMath Institute, because they took this idea that the heart and mind and body coming into balance actually had an impact on the global field. And they've been developing sensors and all kinds of things to show us that that's true. And they're also telling us that it doesn't matter the number of people, but the quality of coherence is what's registering in those ways. And so I've been involved in learning communities where it wasn't just this wonderful idea, but there was science behind it. I think I like that balance between kind of this wonderful idea I have in my cells and then what is life telling us about it that we can then reinforce and give ourselves some strength. So Claire, just on behalf of everybody, I just want to say thank you to HeartMath Institute for all that you're doing, and for you, especially in the connection field of being that bridge between the activities of HeartMath Institute and the potential it has for us to get involved in really making love power visible. So thank you, Claire. We
Thank
love
you,
it.
Teresa. It's a pleasure to be here. I've been on for 5 of 7 days, and I feel like I'm with family now. I'm not front of the room person typically. I like being in the background, but Teresa has invited me to come and represent, and I feel like it's time for me to show up and show out. So welcome, and thank you all for your love and support. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Claire. So
I've been with
I'm going to share my screen so we can watch the
Great.
full video. Here we go. Wow. Did, did anybody else get teary-eyed watching that? I want to see
I'm
any.
having a hard time hearing.
Can you hear me now?
Better? Yes.
Yeah. I said, I wonder if anybody else got teary-eyed watching that like I did. I literally felt the vibration of how our energy is feeding the field all the time. I say that all the time, but something about that, the way that that was put together was so gorgeous and so powerful. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Claire.
Well, thank you. And again, we know that this is a unique time on the planet. We're living through profound transformations, and we're at a turning point with global challenges, awakening a shift, and an opportunity for collective consciousness and interconnectedness to become our new norm. It's going to take time and it's going to take effort, but if we join together, I think we are on the brink of moving into the new world. So again, like we saw all week for the last 7 days, there's many, many ways to bring more coherence to the individual, to the collective, and to relationships and friendships. And every time we go back to the heart and elevate our vibration, we're making it easier for others around us to find their hearts and to move out of fear and stress and anxiety and find a place of more emotional balance. I like to call it, whether you make grand leaps or you take it a teaspoon at a time, infusing more love, more care, more self-compassion can make a difference for the field, for your relationships, for your friendships, um, and for your work situations, any situations, whether it be global, community, or individual. So we all know that the more we access our hearts, that radiating that compassion and patience, bringing deeper listening and more care for our loved ones will make a difference for us moving more quickly towards the world that we want to see. And one of the things I wanted to do today is take us through a meditation where we bring more love into ourselves, and then we broadcast that love out to each other and to those people, situations, and the planet, or wherever you're called to apply it, can be applied. Would you like to join me in that?
Yeah.
All right. I'm jumping right in, Teresa.
Great. I
It's
love it, Claire.
it's great.
Yeah.
So I'd like you, as Gary said, to sit in a comfortable position, feet on the floor if you can, and close your eyes, noticing your body start to settle. Taking a nice, slow, deep breath in. You can for a count of 5. Hold for a beat, and then out for a count of 5. And just continue this for a few minutes. Now imagine breathing in divine love throughout your being to all your cells, sending it to your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical aspects of yourself. And on the out breath, radiate gratitude. And now I want you to send that heart out to all of us here on the call today, to people, situations, or circumstances that can use more love, compassion, and light. No love is ever wasted. Let it find its proper places. And as we are basking in this field of love, ask your heart, are there places you can add more understanding and compassion for yourself or others to reduce separation and increase harmony? And listen for a gentle prompt, or just let it steep in your system. And when you feel ready, please join us back in the room.
Why don't we just take a minute to just kind of stretch out our arms or just wiggle your toes. One thing that I have experienced about Claire is that she has this capacity for a sacred silence that's so deep that if you let yourself kind of enter it, it's pretty vast. And I think we were touching on it at different moments. And I can see sometimes it's comfortable to go that quiet and really just kind of disappear into the silent space in our hearts. And sometimes it draws us back in. And I could feel it through our 7 days that we've kind of reached this place of connection where I could feel us sometimes really just entering into the unified field together and then breathing back into just being here as these beautiful lights in a shared field of love. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you, Teresa, and thank you to all of you. I could feel my cells just smiling. I mean, almost to bursting. I felt so much joy and connection and appreciation to be in this collective with you all.
Yeah, and thank you so much. With HeartMath, as you'll see over the coming months as we do our full moons and our global coherence pulses, we'll encourage us to log in on the app so that we can start to provide some information to HeartMath. We were on a call the other day with Roland McCready, and he came on our pulse call and he said, would you guys be willing to let us track the impact of what's happening on the global coherence pulse? Will you go back through 2024? Will you bring those numbers to us so that we can start to look at what this powerful, potent community is radiating out? And we'd like to track that with you. Doesn't that sound fantastic, right? That we can actually get some feedback that just in that last 10 minutes of us like letting love go wherever it was going to go, whether we were fully in it or distracted, it had an impact on the field. We saw it in that video. It's like it's happening. And the more that we begin to generate our capacity for sustained coherence, the more that the field around us begins to impact everything else around us. And that's what we got to experience. We have a little time and Gary's going to play a beautiful piece of music for us. It's again like 6 minutes long. And I thought that maybe before we go to the music, since we have time, Claire, I might want to open somebody's line if they want to share something around our experience today, or even something that's been building over the 7 days. We have some time to be connected in community together, even though it's the last of the 7 days, there's so much more coming. But I want to open up the line a little bit and see if there was an insight. Carol, I noticed you went really, really deep, my dear. And as you were coming out, I could almost feel like you were overwhelmed with how beautiful it all was or something. Do you want to share what you were experiencing? I could just really feel it on your face. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Claire. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, the first silence, I felt almost uncomfortable. It seemed so long. And then the second and third, and how many ever there was we did, I just got lost in the love. And can I share a little dream I had this morning?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
It was that all the powers that be that feed the war system with the weapons, they all stopped. And all the people that were battling all over the world just hugged each other. And I woke up crying, thinking, could it be that simple? A war was ended. It was just such a beautiful dream. I was just crying with tears of joy when I woke this morning. And I felt that again when I was in the silence. So thank you, Claire. Thank you, Teresa.
Oh, I love that. I love that. It reminds me of this text I got from a friend of mine, and I guess the person's name is Harold Norse. All my life, I've been waiting for something unusual to happen. I may yet come into a windfall, natural endowment of the hearts. All my life, I've been expecting a grand finale, an awakening of love erupting in the streets, in the bars, in the classrooms, everybody dropping their guard, their pants, their skirts, cops weeping tenderly as they snap off your cups, bankers giving away their money, politicians telling the truth, literary critics confessing that they know nothing about writing or life. All my life, I've been waiting for something unusual to happen. You know, it's coming, something that we cannot describe, but it is going to blow us away when it really starts to erupt. And we know that we're actually right here, a seed blossoming in that potential of something coming. So, how about Francois? Do you want to share something, Francois?
Yes, it was so profound, so beautiful. It really filled my heart with a joy, like like I have no word to put on it. And I really appreciate so much to be with all of you. It's really a blessing. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Francois. Did anybody struggle a little bit with the silence at moments and then dip back in and then come back out? Yeah, Jeannie. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to say something about that? Oh, you've got your app on. Hey, you're still muted though, so unmute. Unmute, Jeannie.
Yes, because I have my app on, and I was just before our session listening to a talk that Greg Braden gave, and we did a little heart coherence breathing. So I had turned this on and then came into the house to follow the beginning of this after Gary's music. And so the field is just so beautifully strong there. I just had to hold it up, Claire, because it's just so fun today to see it. No matter, I guess, 11 participants right now, but it's just this beautiful continual flow that's going on.
Mm.
And, so heart-centered and so immense. So thank you.
Wonderful. It's wonderful. And I'd like to encourage you all, if there's a way that you can connect, you can start your own small groups on the Global Coherence app and have set times to meet up. We do it regularly. Our office group gets together every morning at 9. We all get on the app, and you can, if you have your sensor, that's great. If not, we have the camera sensor that doesn't require any equipment, but it's a wonderful way to connect with friends and amplify the vibe. So I just wanted to share that with you, and thank you for sharing. It was wonderful.
Yay.
That's great, Jeannie. Thank you so much for showing it. Yeah, I think the more we use some of these tools and we help out each other, our organizations and our initiatives, and we start to join together, all of a sudden that helping love go viral will be happening. Yeah. Anybody else want to share before we take a little, like drop in a little bit more maybe and take some of the insights from the week? Yeah, Andre. Yeah. Oops, asked to unmute again.
I have it, yes. I just want to share that 1 hour a day, even I think Monday I wasn't able to join. 1 hour a day, I am so amazed that this little time in a day, it's like a beam, a powerful beam, yet very, very gentle and soft, has created a passage, because since the 1st of January, I felt a lot of resistance. I don't know why. It's just like this cloud of something. And I'm really amazed at how one word or just the connection has bring clarity, especially the inquiry yesterday. And it resonates at night in the dream as well. So it's very powerful. It's very, very powerful. So I'm in. Wherever that goes, I'm in. Thank you very much.
Wow. See what happens when we bring the quality of our presence into a space and we kind of open and relax together, and all of a sudden we're more than the sum of our parts. Like we have more than we were capable of a moment before. Thank you.
Bonjour, les Français. I just wanted to say too, hello. There are many French people here, and I used to live in Paris for 14 years. But I just actually wanted to say something else briefly. Earlier today, I had the sense, and then when we were all together, that we were all holding hands, and that since we're all around the world, that the world was inside of our holding our hands together as we were doing this pulse. And it was fantastic.
We're starting to really feel it. It's like coming into not just our imagining, but we're actually feeling it. Yeah, beautiful, Marcy. Thanks for joining every day. And Claudia.
Hi. So I just wanted to share when Claire said love always finds a place to go. My mind, it was like water, like when you have water that it goes down the creek, a rock, and the smaller places, it's always going to find a place to go, the right place to go. So that image is going to stay with me. Time. I just wanted to share briefly my intention last week when we did the exercise about setting intentions. I set the intention of only accepting meaningful work. I think those are the words, kind of. But that was the concept. Like 2 nights later, I had this dream where I found this pot of money, huge amount of money laying on the ground, and I just left it there. And to me, that was like, that is really the intention, settling into my field. Like, no matter what, if I don't feel like the vibe or that's whatever job that's being offered is going to be meaningful, just got to let it go. Just like I just passed down and said, that's not mine. So that was just one of the real messages that this field is really powerful. So thank you.
Oh, beautiful, Claudia. That is really a great lesson for all of us as we start to tune in to the vibration that we are inside. We're going to start to attract in things that resonate with that. And we're also going to notice the things that no longer do. Right. And we can just be compassionate with that, and we can keep being attracted to the things that are helping us be our best. I love it. Yeah. Beautiful. Right. I'm going to have Gary come back because he probably has something he wants to share also from just being in the space with us as he's joining today. And he has
Thank you.
music he's going to play for us. Gary, what a
Yeah.
group, huh?
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm just moved to share that I took the time to look at how many men were in this gallery, and out of 58 people, there are 3 men, right? And we all know that this is the age of the ascension of the divine feminine, right? In men and women, right? But I just want to acknowledge that wherever and however we can honor, celebrate, and share this amazing work with our male friends, we really want men to be more represented. And I trust that everyone that's here is meant to be here. But I just was stunned by that, you know? It's kind of
You'll see,
extraordinary.
Gary, a bunch of men just turned on their cameras.
Ah,
A minute, there's more of us here.
okay, good. Well, and what I'm about to share, I'm so grateful that I'm at liberty to share the whole piece, because if I share the shortened version, it's just the big, really extraordinary, majestic parts. But this whole piece has a reflective section in the middle of it that is very deep and important to me. And what you're about to hear is a piece 29 years ago that I recorded with a full 100-piece orchestra at Skywalker Sound. It's called The Music of the Great Smoky Mountains. And ironically, you can't find it in my normal Spotify channel because that was when I still had a middle name that was consisting of me and my first wife's. We combined our names in a very radical move in 1979. It was something I regret now, but the album is called The Music of the Great Smoky Mountains by Gary Ramal Malkin, and I'll put that in the chat if you're interested. But why I love this piece, it's called The Courage to Dream. It now, after living in the world for 29 years, I feel like this is a beautiful musical listening meditation to honor the experiment that is America. So it's not only the courage to dream of what the American experiment could be, but it's for us to learn how to dream courage, American experiment, and how far we've come and how dear it is to all of us. And without any, it's like a eradication of anything partisan, but a celebration of the liberty and the justice and the beauty of the American experiment. And that is going to affect everyone on the planet. And many people are on tenterhooks of the changes, but I just want us all to really meditate a global coherence pulse for the beauty that is American, the American experiment. And it's very much inspired by those American tropes of Aaron Copland. And it has a very, these heroic themes, the heroism involved in affirming the American experiment. So I'm going to play this for you. And I hope you enjoy it. And I will put information in it after a bit. I'm just going to put all the stuff in that's my website's there. So I'll just do the other thing later. You want to say anything, Teresa, before I jump into this? Okay, great. All right. I feel so honored to be able to
Let's
share
just
it.
take all the energy that we kind of gathered, all the magic we gathered from the week, and just let it like both nourish us in our own space in this field and let it ripple out wherever it wants to go, right? No
Yeah. And
people left untouched by this love, Gary.
yeah. And by the way, the American dream is owned by the field. This isn't anything partisan whatsoever. This is about celebrating the beauty of the dream of inclusiveness and justice and equality for all. All right, here we go. Deep breath together as we share this sacred collective prayer of listening.
Bless you, Gary.
Bless us all. Bless us all. May we all remember that each and every one of us is an incredible source of coherence, and we each matter, and we are not alone. We have each other. And I feel so fortunate to be invited to this space, Teresa. And thank you so much for the honor and privilege for that.
Mm. We love you, Gary. Gary has to go right at the top of the hour, so we can do our little send him our heart things and give him some love. Thank you,
Oh,
Gary.
I want to put us on gallery view for that. I want to receive that.
I'm
There we
on,
go.
we've been on, we're on gallery view.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And I put something in the chat about the worlds that I'm most excited about. Particularly check out the one called Unity and Community Experience. But I'll also put the name of that tune before I leave, so you can find the album on Spotify. Blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. You're gonna have a chance to see Gary again in 3 days. Remember, Julie is going to be hosting an event to kind of launch the chrysalis, and Jude's going to be there, and Gary's going to be there, and Oscar and Tatiana. So it'll be a beautiful celebration. We'll get to see each other again. We'll kind of miss each other for a couple of days. I remember Scott on the 11th for the Global Peace Tribe. And so we'll be back together again. And then we have the full moon care focus. If we want to get it on the app and download the app so we can start to join, not just on the Zoom call, but people join the app at 12 o'clock and they're different time zones. And so we'll be joining with them. And there's always a beautiful focus of where we send the energy. And then we have the Global Coherence Pulse on the 18th. We have so many opportunities for us to come back together this month and keep the momentum going of our connection and start to really feel the power of our coming together as we just enter into the new year. Do love the extra hangout time we've been having where we can open up the line, and I'd love to hear your experience of being together in 7 days. We've heard some, but if you'd be willing to open your line and share a little bit, we would love to have that be part of our celebration.
We want to thank you for this grand finale. It was amazing. The music, the meditation, and yes, the music again, and everything. And you having us here. So thank you for this loving space. It was really a grand finale. So we took the best out of it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Maxie, I love you, buddy.
Hello. He loved the music too. So it was, wow, very, very nice.
Yeah.
I hope Gary's still here, and we just wanted to say thank you. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Daniela. Yeah. How about you, Louise? I love seeing you every day this week and your presence. Love to hear you share something.
Oh, thank you so much for that, Teresa. Yeah, I was just thinking about love. Also wondering about the full moon thing on the 13th of January, because I just love the cycles of the moon. There is so much love in nature, isn't there? And I just, yeah, big thank you. I'm so glad I came to this and I've been here, and yeah, I feel like we've all made a difference, and I'm just gonna go and find myself and get myself onto the connection field.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad. We would miss you if we didn't keep seeing you and connecting with
Oh,
you,
thank you
Louise.
so
So,
much. That's so lovely of you to say.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Gail, how about you? Your smile's been so beautiful and big today.
Well, I was probably expecting this because my intention yesterday was to be present and speak, and I don't get much opportunity to do that. But it was really special today too because I was on with Greg before, and I've used that with my clients for a couple of years. So, with the heart math and the heart connection, and so I've really been doing that alone. But this is such a beautiful field. I just resonate with it all. I did just go in and see replays for the days I missed. But what a gift for all of you to provide this for us. It's just such a collaboration and we can just all put it together. I am going to get out my little app for my heart math, but that really helped me connect as a single, just in Alberta. And I would get up at 4 or whatever and I would click on and there'd be, one other place, maybe in Hawaii or something. So we're not alone. And it's just such a great thing. So that'll be super when we all get together from here too and do that together. So thank you so much. But just and Gary's last music too, there it was just Mother Earth was just so full of love for us. It was just overwhelming. Saying and it's just such a gift to be here in these special times. It's just gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'd just like to say a special shout out to Teresa for coordinating all of this, bringing in the speakers, getting the music, and facilitating things. She is a master, and I love her and appreciate her tremendously, as I'm sure you all do as well.
I'll receive all the love for sure. It's my absolute pleasure and joy to help facilitate the gathering of evolutionary learning communities for purposes like this. And so I'm doing my life and my joy with all of you. And I really appreciate that. And also I appreciate what you said, Gail. This is all happening, the connection field and these events and things, because everybody's showing up and doing their part. Like there wasn't one person that was kind of in the lead of the whole thing. It was like different people that are holding space in the community came and offered something of value. And you might start to feel like you're resonating with a certain person, and maybe you'll follow them a little bit more, or you'll dive in, or you'll hang out with George and wait for his next poem. Like, Oh, Cheryl, I have to call on you. You know how I am. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much to the participants. This has been an extraordinary 7 days. What I want to share is the last few days I have been feeling really down. And I'm not typically a person that feels that way. I'm usually pretty up. And so I've been asking myself, why are you feeling like this? Well, we have a family member who has been in hospice, and she passed last night. And what is so extraordinary about today is the knowing that you are held in a container like this, a global container of love and compassion and comfort. That is beyond measure. I don't know how else to put it. So thank you, everyone, because this has been an experience today. So thank you.
Bless you, Cheryl. Your friend who's transitioning right now. May they feel
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Chantel, you wanted to go next? Yeah, I'm gonna mute your line.
Yeah, thank you, Cheryl.
Mm.
Thank you, Teresa. I really appreciate to I spend this week with all of you. I really feel I deepen my way to receive and to give. And today I really felt so much touch when I give in the meditation. I was crying and it was just, I really felt the flow of energy. It's like it's a flow of energy. That's what I felt, really. So I'm really touched that I participate this week. So I'm really grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
And the question I do have is, what about if I don't have apps? I mean, I don't have a cell, a phone. Can I participate in the HeartMath, what you just proposed, Claire, even if I don't have a cell phone? And the other question was about the ceremony or the event during the weekend. Where do we get there, the information for this to register?
Yeah. You can answer the first question. I'll answer
Yes.
the second one.
So we have on our website, you can do the meditations every month. We have it listed. It's called the Care Focus, and our website is
HeartMath.com.
.org, www.heartmath.org, and then you go to Care Focuses. Look up, when you do a search, do Care Focuses, and it'll bring up the most current one, and you don't need an apparatus. You've got the biggest one there is right in the center of your chest.
Oh,
So you can join anytime, anywhere. And as I said, no love is ever wasted and time is not linear. So you can join. You are not excluded because you don't have a cell phone.
okay, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. And you could come on the full moon focuses. You don't have to be on the on the app. Just
I
join.
don't.
No, just join in. Yeah.
So how do I join?
So I'm going to send an email out with all of the things that are coming up in the next couple of days. Like I have been every day reminding you that this is starting and giving you the recordings. All of it is also in the connection fields. I'm going to share my screen just for a moment so that I keep wanting you to go exactly where the things are. You can see,
Thank you.
you go in the cafe and you go under events. Look, there's the Awaken World one. There's the one on the 9th. If you click on it, it gives you the exact link that you can join. You can
Wow.
sign up. So everything's always in this one place. There's the Awaken World. There's the full moon. There's the intro to Coherence. So everything's in the calendar, easy for you to find. So you don't have to go searching in your email, right? To find, oh, where did that link come from? And while I'm here, I'm going to show you a couple of more little things that will make your experience in here easy. And I'm coming up to the top. I've been showing you the public play spaces this whole time and encourage you to go in the cafe. But here's a few things to think about as you start to interact. If you go to the global feed, everything that you're involved in, that you have access to, will show up there, including little introductions from people. So this is where you could see everything that's either in the member area, the public area, anything you're involved in, you would see here, right? So this is kind of like, sometimes it's a good place just to come and check out, see if I missed anything. And all the events that are listed in spaces that you have access to, and that's the partner stuff, and here is all under the events. And one really wonderful trick is if you only want to see the things you signed up for, right? Because you can go to an event and you can RSVP that you're going. You can add it to your calendar. You can RSVP. And so then those events are the ones that would only show up for you. So you won't have a big messy calendar of things that you're not interested in, but you would have access to the things that you chose to be interested in, right? So that's something to do with this global feed. And then the other thing I'm going to say, about the member space and the posts. As you start to respond to posts, as you start to answer questions, as you start to follow people, as you start to engage, the system does have some algorithms. It has an AI component to it, let's say, and it's going to start to notice what you're following, and it's going to give you more of that. Because as we start to grow the community, like as we get into the thousands and thousands and thousands of people in here, you're going to want to curate what you see. And that's going to start coming from what you follow, what you do, how you interact. So you really get to create that for yourself. So those are just a few little things in there. And every month I'm going to be in there. I'm going to host things like, are you having trouble finding your way around? Are you not like figuring out how you can make it work for yourself? I'll always be there to be able to show you around and to help you out. Yeah. It makes a big difference, right? Because it seems all ominous. And then you get in there and it's one of the most beautiful, simple spaces to hang out. And there's lots of value there. Yeah. Chantel's like, yay. So Claire, before we go, and I'm sure, I think George maybe wants to share something. I'd love to hear from Karina and anybody else, but I just wondered if we could just take a minute and we could all send you some love. I saw so many notes in the chat about your meditation today. And I know being front of house, as you said, is not what you like to do, but there's something very potent about the power of your presence and this deep place that you've cultivated in your work with HeartMath and with your, just with what you've gone through in your life. And I just want us all that we're here left to be able to say thank you. And we love you and we appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much, all of you. I felt you all so much during that lock-in. So I appreciate you more than you know.
Yeah. And Grace, the next love wave, let's get everybody there.
Yeah, hi. Thank you all for signing up. We had over 25 sign up this week just from this 7 days of rest. So thank you all so much. We're up to 418 love beacons doing the 5 breaths of love, a 2-minute practice daily. So again, just adding more love in the field, just another way to add more love. And you can breathe anywhere.
Do you know what we decided to do too, Claire? I mean, Grace, is that we're going to ask you for a list of all of your love beacons. And we're going to match those up with people in the connection field. And we're going to put one of your little badges on their profile so that we know who's part of the love beacons.
Thank you. Yay.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Keep sharing love.
Yeah. All right. Karina, do you want to say something before we head out today? It's been lovely to see you all week.
Well, I don't have any words. I'm so happy and grateful for this week. All the 7 days I've been here, and I've been waiting. I mean, now in Sweden it's nearly 10:20. Yeah. So I usually go to bed, but it's been so lovely, and I'm so happy that I found this space. And yeah, and Grace, I'm in this. I signed up yesterday, so I'm there.
Thank you.
And I'm going
Thank you.
and there is a lot of other things I'm coming to do. So thank you, everyone. It's been so wonderful. It's been so wonderful.
Thank you, Karina. Beautiful, beautiful. George, are you jumping in? I see you're unmuted.
Yes. So the experience out here in the field, there's a Motley Crue song called Kickstart Your Heart. And so this takes it to, of course, a whole different level. And as soon as I dialed in, I just knew there was just a sparkle that came alive from inside. And I immediately knew that I was in the right place at this point in time. And I do have a quick little poem that aligns with today, if that would be okay if I recited that.
Yeah, please.
It's called Deep and Fine. We are each a precious pearl, lustrous, deep, and fine, on the shimmering strands of a necklace woven of light divine. Our journey towards the sun began in the depths below, far from the light of day as night enclosed our soul. And there in the heart of darkness, where shadows never sleep, a grain of sand was placed, a promise left to keep. So many times the currents pull us far below to reveal the precious treasures buried in our soul. Beneath the unending pain and rivers of tears, all those darkest hours, all our nameless fears, a miracle starts to grow and yearns for a strand of light to find its way through the darkness and guide us to the light. So around the heart of the sun, our brilliance can unfurl, lustrous, deep, and fine. We are each a precious pearl.
Mm. We love your poetry, George. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. All right, just a few more. And Denise, do you want to say something? Stephanie? And who's that beautiful doggy in your background, Denise? Whoops, gotta unmute. There. Whoops, sorry, I blew it. You gotta do it again. Oop, you still gotta unmute. I did it by accident. I undid you. There you go.
This is my miniature Dachshund called Monty.
Monty, oh, what a cutie pie. We got to spotlight here so we can see. Hold up Monty again. Oh, what a cutie. Aww.
And I must say, over the last 7 days, his behavior has become so relaxing, spending time listening to everybody. Particularly during the meditation today, he was so relaxed.
I love that.
But thank you, everybody. It's been absolutely marvelous. And as I said, what a wonderful way to start the year. And I'm sure it'll just grow from now on. So thank you.
Thank you, Denise.
Lisa, I've got a question.
Yes.
When you leave the space to get up to go to drink a water or something, there is really a beautiful picture that takes your place. So how do we do that?
You can go up under your video settings and you can choose a background, an avatar. Choose avatar and that shows up when you go away. Yeah.
Okay, so up in my video settings, like right in here?
In the Zoom video settings.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, a couple more. I think she might have just left. Yep, just lost her. Lise, do you want to share anything before we go, my dear?
Hopefully we'll see lots of people in April at the HeartMath retreat.
Yes, let's all get together there. That would be super fun.
It'll be so exciting.
Yeah, that would be great. All right, anybody else before we go? Wrap up these 7 days. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple days on the Imaginal Souls. Look at Claire's picture right now. She's got this. Blessings.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.